What's the first thing you see?
Um, it's us on the beach today.
Today?
Yes.
Oh, what do you have to tell us about that?
Well,
Is this Willow?
yes, it's Christy's subconscious.
Violet?
Yes.
Hi, Violet. Okay, well, what do you have to tell us about that scene on the beach today?
Something is coming. Something big is coming. We are enjoying ourselves. We are playing and enjoying the sunshine and the water. There's a shift about to happen in our life, and our guides have much to reveal.
Okay, so you and Christy had fun today on the ocean.
You and Christy.
Yes, we did. Was that what we needed to do today?
Yes.
Okay. What can you tell us about the shift that's coming?
Well, it's too hard to explain, and I think the Cresita and Willow have information for you.
Okay. Do you have any information for us that you'd like to give to us before we talk to Cressida and Willow?
Well, it was just a beautiful day, and you walked in alignment the whole time you were in the water. You were at perfect frequency with your alignment.
Christy and I were?
Yes, when you were in the water together.
I love that. Okay, wonderful. Now, when we make this shift, does that help you?
It just makes it easier for you guys to hear. Well, I am Christy, so it makes it easier for us to hear when they are trying to tell us things.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I enjoyed today too. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us before we bring in Willow and Cressida?
When you are together, just enjoy your time. It is important to enjoy your time. And when you're together and both of you are vibrating at a high frequency, you're getting many, many downloads. And the more downloads you're getting, the faster the shift is happening. The key is just to always enjoy your time together. So if you're having a day where well, never mind.
No, you. Is it okay for you to tell us?
I don't know how to word it, but if you're having a day where you're cranky, just don't be together. But when you are together, it's sacred. So enjoy your time together because it just makes your vibration raise. Then you can get your downloads faster and faster and faster.
Okay, so that's what we need to focus on.
Just having fun, not trying to work so hard to figure things out because Krista and Willow have some difficult, not difficult, but they have some, I don't know what the word is in your language. They have some information to share where you have maybe not been focused at certain times and they didn't like that.
Oh, okay, and they'll bring that through for us?
Yes, but I think they want me to prime you
Okay.
because the point they're going to try to make is, and they don't want you to get upset with them, but the point they're trying to make is It's more about having fun and enjoying your freedom and your relaxation. That's more important than trying to figure it all out so fast. Because if you're spending your time using your brain and trying to figure out all the things, you're not making enough time to have fun. And when you have fun, that raises your vibration faster than when you're trying to study or figure things out.
Oh, so we just need to go out there and do more stuff.
Just enjoy each other's company, and if Willow and Cressida do have to give you criticism, don't get upset, because then they can't do it no more.
Oh no, we are ready to accept whatever holy criticism we need to get us to where we need to go. This is important stuff.
Yes, it is.
It's not criticism if it's learning, is it?
No, that's what they hope. They are worried that you will take it that way,
Oh
but
no.
it's not meant to be that way.
No, I look at it as this is serious stuff and they got to get the point across to us. And it's fun because it's exciting.
But this day is going to be a day that shifts your lives forever.
Today.
Yes.
Oh, so we're already on our path by being in the water?
Yes, today is the 13th, correct?
Yes.
And 3 plus 1 is 4, correct?
Yes.
And 4 is a holy number.
Oh.
And you are doing exactly what you are supposed to do on this day, which most people don't know, which is not a criticism, because they don't know what they're supposed to do. That's the cruelty of this life. Unless you are very, very, very high vibrational, you don't know what you're supposed to do. But you were doing exactly what you were supposed to do at the exact correct time. So you are doing a lot of good things.
Oh, I love that. Is that what I was thinking when I was in the water? I was like, I'm walking exactly in the right spot of sand that I should be walking in right now.
You were at your highest vibration when you were in that water.
Oh, wonderful. That's a wonderful feeling. That's what I want to have all the time. And Christy too.
Yes, she really felt peaceful.
So, should we go back to the ocean tomorrow?
You can just do anything where both of you, if both of you feel calm and relaxed, and both of you feel like you're having fun, that is the key. It doesn't have to be the water, just you both have to be calm and relaxed, and you both have to feel as though you're having fun. That's the key. You've done it before, and that's one of the reasons why you've been able to maintain your friendships for so long. It's not only just because you're holy and divinely guided to each other, because lots of people are, but they never find them. They never find that person. And they never can sustain a relationship for as long as you have. The reason why you keep sustaining your relationship is because you have had so many moments where you're feeling the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Oh, I love that. Is that what we've been, like, we all have the same thought at the same time, same visions at the same time?
Yes.
And the same conversations will pop up at the same time?
Yes, don't you love that?
Yes, so much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry if I sound a little underwhelmed. I'm mostly with Christy when she sleeps, not really with her when she's awake.
No sorry about it. I'm just happy to talk with you.
So I'm kind of a little bit like tired and drowsy, because I normally do all my work when she's asleep.
So you've been busy. You've been busy prepping her, haven't you?
Yes, and Willow's going to tell you so much more about that.
Okay, wonderful. Well, good job on prepping her. Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to bring through before Willow and Cressida come?
Just keep chasing your serenity.
Keep chasing serenity. Our serenity?
Yes.
Okay.
You each have an individual definition, but you also have one that is the same. So I understand, and we understand, that you are two separate individuals with two separate sets of skills and two separate sets of experiences. So your definition of serenity is not going to be exactly the same as hers, but there is a version of both of you that is the same.
Okay, wonderful. You just keep us connected like that. Okay. Thank you, Violet, for bringing that through
You're welcome.
and for helping Christy and us enjoy the day.
You're welcome.
Is that all you have for us right now?
Yes.
Okay, well, I hope you get some rest soon.
Okay.
And may I have permission to speak with Willow?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Willow. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for helping us with this trip. Okay, what do you have for us today?
In what regard?
How are we doing on the trip?
Are you having fun?
Yes.
Then you're doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Okay, it's been very relaxing.
That's what we were hoping. That's what we were instructing you to do.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
You can only receive when you're relaxed and when you're having fun as well.
Yeah, we're getting there. I guess we was just slow on realizing that we're actually here to do this, to release our denseness and to get our downloads and to get in alignment.
You're doing it.
We are?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. And Violet said that we was doing that today. We was doing exactly what we needed.
Yeah, you had holy time in the water, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, we did. What can you tell us about that?
I think Violet did a good job explaining it to you, but
She did.
when you can let go of all of your hang-ups and all of your worries and all of your desires to be thinking, which we don't discourage your thinking, that's how we can talk to you sometimes, but when you have nothing in your mind at all and you're not concerned about making sure that you're taking the right steps or doing the right thing, because that can sometimes weigh us down, right?
Yes.
So sometimes you just need to let go of all of it and just surrender to the moment and enjoy the moment. And when both of you do that, then you both lift each other higher and higher and higher.
Oh, so that's exactly what we was doing in the water?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So that's exactly why we was just deciding to go where in the water to go.
Yes, and then after you did that, because you both released your egos in that moment, and you did vibrate so high, that's when you started getting all kinds of signs.
Oh, yes, the feather.
Oh my goodness, so many signs. And you had your video that you listened to that gave you so much confirmation. You are so lucky that you found that. But that was a direct result because you dropped your guard, you let down your ego, you stopped worrying about the signs, and then you were given so many signs blasted through over and over.
Yes, thank you. So we are doing good on the ego.
Not always.
Not always. Okay. That's okay. We'll get to that. Okay. Is it okay if we ask Christy's questions?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Here it goes. Can you please tell me what I am doing right or wrong in my ascension journey?
That is a loaded question. The more that Christy taps into her true self, the more clear I come through. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you first met me, you had a weak connection, but it was still a connection, which was very good. And we were so proud of Christy and you. But now, because she has really been putting in the work to come and meet herself and to take an honest inventory of herself and to try so hard to walk in her true path, her true soul's purpose, then my presence is becoming so much stronger and so much stronger and so much stronger. And that is such a wonderful thing. And we are very proud of her because she does try so hard to be able to look at herself honestly and course correct when she's not doing the right thing. And we are so very, very proud of her. We do notice that. We do acknowledge that. And she has been living in the truth and nothing but the truth. She has not been telling people things to just please them anymore. She has only been living in the truth, whether they like it or they don't like it. And we are proud of that. So those are her strengths. She is able to see the truth, and she is able to feel the truth, and she is able to show the truth to other people. And where she used to be timid about that, now she's not timid. Now she knows that it feels right, and it's her true essence is to walk and talk and be in the truth. And most people are living in a false reality. And while Christy is not here to shatter anybody's reality or confront anybody's sense of false security, she is here that when she's confronted with a situation that she does not conform, she does not blend in with the crowd, she just tells them her truth, whether they accept it or not. And then the fact that she has been doing that, and she has been taking our advice for at least 2 whole weeks now, maybe more. She meditates almost every day, even though she thinks she doesn't have the time. She does that, and she journals, and she prays before she finds videos, and she listens to the videos that are going to help her, or the podcasts that are going to help her, even though she didn't listen to any of those podcasts until the road trip. But she's going to get better about finding the right podcast. She's open to receiving the guidance, therefore the guidance will be provided. But do you want me to tell you where she's lacking?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I believe that will help her.
We have came through one other time and told her where she's lacking. We were very apprehensive because Cresita is afraid to say anything to either of you. Not afraid, that's not the correct word. Wary. To say anything to either of you that's going to actually trip up your ego, because that would defeat the purpose. So if we say something that sounds critical, if you are defensive, that is your ego, then we have done something bad, and we're not here to do any of that.
What do you feel like is best for Christy?
Sometimes her brain is preoccupied, but do you want to know why?
Yes, please.
She gets so many downloads in her sleep now. She asked for her sleep to be corrected, and that is when she is the most vulnerable. So while she's the most vulnerable, she gets more downloads at this moment than any other human. And it's not always going to be that way. It's not going to always be that way, but in the last 2 weeks, it has been that way. Now, with that being said, even though she is getting hundreds of downloads a night, she may only remember 2 or 4 of them the next day. So she's not getting always great sleep because she's not meditating at bedtime. She's not clearing her mind and journaling at bedtime. Yes, she does meditate. Yes, she does journal, but it would be more beneficial to do that at bedtime, because when she gets her downloads, then it's not going to interrupt her sleep. It's not going to make her cough or toss and turn. It's not going to give her bad dreams, because she cleared out all of her stuff out of her mind and her body right before she went to sleep. Because she is not preparing herself correctly at nighttime, when she gets all those downloads, which by the way is a very high honor, then she's not getting enough sleep, and then she becomes tired. Okay, but otherwise also another part of that is she has improved somewhat, but part of her ego is that she believes if she is not fixing any of the problems with her children, then she is not being an effective parent. And in reality, if she is supposed to be relaxing with you, or doing something with Ron, or enjoying her time with a book, and she is always in the back of her head, because she's not doing it intentionally, but in the back of her head, if she's worried about all the things that her children are doing and all the trouble they may be getting into or whatever, if she's worried about them at all, that is a form of control. And control only comes from the ego. If she could learn to just release all that and trust me, she is trying, and she's doing a lot better, but that doesn't mean that she's completely better. Like, she still has moments where her mind drifts and she thinks about the problems that her children have. And yes, occasionally it is good to talk to another mother. It is good to vent. It's the same concept as journaling. So when you journal, you're getting all of your problems out of your head so that you can start with a clean slate. When you talk to someone that you very much trust, who you know is going to be there for you, that's the same concept. As long as you're not doing it over and over again. Maybe once, maybe twice, that's all. And then after that, you just be open to receiving. She knows that she's getting downloads. She's frustrated that she can only remember a few of them. If she would clear her mind better, if she has a problem about her children, if she has a problem about anything, there's nothing wrong with talking to a trusted friend and then getting it out and then leaving it there because you were able to get it out of your head. And then after that, you get your downloads. But she's frustrated because she's not remembering a lot of her downloads. So I'm not sure exactly how to finish saying what I'm saying, but that's mostly the way I can describe it.
Okay, so she needs to journal before she goes to bed so her sleep's not so chaotic.
Yes.
And it helps her with the downloads.
Yes, and meditate, and then try to journal right when she wakes up if she does not have to go to work. And also, that's the reason that she's so tired. It is when she says that she's tired, which actually she's been trying not to say that anymore, but when she says that she's tired, she's telling the truth. She is tired. She asked for these downloads, and we are happily giving them to her because we know that you both are going to change the world. And if she could relax fully at nighttime and don't go to bed with an anxious heart. Relax fully, completely and fully relax at bedtime. And then in the mornings, when she wakes up, just try to journal everything she can remember. Then that will help. It's like learning to ride a bicycle, and one day she'll just not even fall anymore.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Oh, we're on such a wonderful path.
And Cresita is not going to tell you what you're doing wrong because she thinks it's going to trip your ego.
Oh, really?
I can tell you.
I'll take it. Because I need to fix it. I need to fix it.
Okay, if it trips your ego, she's going to be upset with me. Because she does not want you in any kind of negative state ever.
Okay, it's not going to... I'm going to be okay. I got y'all's guidance. But her receiving this information is helping me heal it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what I need to hear.
Okay. Okay, well, I gotta think how exactly to word in your language because you don't understand my language.
This is so sweet.
Okay. So do you want me to start with what you're doing right first, like I did for Christy?
Yes. Or however you think I need to come through.
Okay. So it is so beneficial, just like you already discovered, that you have mastered the ability of self-love. And that is such an important thing that a lot of people cannot seem to figure out. And you are going to become a great teacher of self-love and self-healing. And the number one step is self-love. We are so proud of you that you learned that so quickly. That was amazing. And you're being very genuine about it. You're not just pretending that you understand. You really do understand. That is amazing. That is something that I have not seen someone learn so quickly. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And you are going to be a great teacher of self-love. If you can fully accept that and understand it and run with it, you are going to be a great teacher of that. You also do a very good job of deciphering. Okay, so like Christy gets her downloads when she's sleeping, and she gets so many of them, and then she can't remember because her brain is always cloudy, and that is part of her ego. Do not think it's not, because it is. Because if her ego wasn't trying to make her worry, if her ego wasn't trying to make her think she has to micromanage everything and everybody, and then she wouldn't be cloudy. But like where she gets all of her downloads so that she can help heal the entire world once she starts learning how to remember the downloads and decipher the downloads. That is amazing that she is willing and open in her subconscious to receive that much information. Okay, that's a strength. For you, your strength is that you are a great researcher and interpreter. So you can be given something, a sign or a picture or information that maybe some other people would not even look twice at. You understand the symbolism behind it. You understand how to research. You enjoy researching. You enjoy deciphering what things mean. You understand that everything has intention. That is something that most people do not grasp fully, that everything has intention, that there is a meaning behind everything. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. And we wish more people could understand the gravity of words and signs and pictures and meanings. That is great. So do you see where you each have your own strength?
Yes.
Okay. But sometimes, and it's only happened a few times, but sometimes your ego tricks you into thinking that you have it all figured out, and that if somebody else wants to be at your level, then they should just instantly know how to be at your level. And that is a trick of your ego. You have to learn, and you don't do this very often. You are mostly very patient and very kind, and that is the truth. Probably 90% of the time you are very patient and kind and compassionate. But sometimes you are impatient and you don't have as much compassion as someone needs. But we understand why. We understand that if you have a high expectation of yourself, then you think others should have a high expectation of their selves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone should want to be the best version and the most informed version of themselves as they can, so that their soul can heal. We understand that. But it is not your job. It is their job. So if you could just learn how to maybe have just a small little bit more release, just release them with love. Don't release them like, oh, well, if they fall, they fall. It's not my problem. Just release them and say, I love you for who you are. I accept you for who you are. I enjoy you, if it's somebody you actually enjoy. If it's not, then don't say that, because that's lying, and lying is bad. But if it's somebody that you actually do like, it's one of your friends or your family members, say, I enjoy you for who you are. You have this personality. That was the personality that you were given. I love everything about you. And you know that you're praying for their ascending. You know that you're praying for their healing. You know you're sending them good love and good vibes and good thoughts, but you're not making them feel inadequate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And you're not upset?
No, I'm not upset. So it's like y'all told me a couple of sessions ago, like, it doesn't matter what the person says, just look at the relationship with the person.
Yes, because the key is not to make sure that they understand. The key is making sure that you're experiencing genuine love. And if you don't learn this lesson, you're going to be humbled, and that's not what Cressida wants. She's doing everything she can possibly do to prevent you from being humbled, because most of the time being humbled is painful. And Cressida wants nothing more than your happiness. That's all she wants. She does not want you to experience anything negative.
And all I want is happiness too.
So if you can take my words and you can understand my words, then you will probably be able to avoid the test and the lesson, and you will probably be able to just understand the major thing that I don't think I'm able to correctly put into words is that it's more about having fun and laughing and loving the person and appreciating what they bring to your life than it is worrying about their ascension.
Okay, just being.
Yes,
Okay.
Because whatever you see lack in another person is actually a reflection of the lack you feel in yourself.
That's what I've been talking about all weekend, and I've been viewing it.
And it's okay if you have like your husband or your sister or Christy, because she is kind of like your sister and she's your best friend. It's okay if they do something to make you frustrated. we're not saying don't tell them. If she was to wreck your car, you would have more than enough. There's no reason you wouldn't be able to say, well, I'm really frustrated about this. I'm not in a very good mood. You can't be inauthentic. If someone makes you upset, be upset, experience the emotion, and then release it. There's nothing wrong. God gave you all emotions for a reason. If someone does something to hurt you, harm you, betray you, lose your trust, whatever, or just frustrate you, there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm very frustrated right now. I know this will pass, but I'm just letting you know that was a dumb thing you did. But trying to control the result of someone's soul journey, that's ego.
Okay, and that's where I'm going to get better.
Yes. And you have almost mastered everything. You believe that, and you are correct about that. But sometimes just live in the moment. Don't worry so hard about the lesson.
Okay. I feel like I'm getting a little better about that.
You both are. We're so proud of you.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was good. Sorry, go ahead.
And your ascension means our ascension, so we really are cheering for you.
So, me and Christy was talking about that the other day. Because we paid attention. I remember y'all said that on the Lionsgate that you was like, every thought is meant to be thought, every sign, notice everything.
Yes.
Oh, are we doing good on that?
Yes, and when you get home and you write it all out and you think about it all together and you put your heads together, it will be such a beautiful, powerful message.
Oh, I can't wait.
No day after today is ever going to be the same again. No day after today is ever going to bring you lack again.
Yeah, what can you tell us about that? Violet was talking about today was a very holy day?
Well, 4 is a holy number, and 1 and 3 make 4, and that is true. But also, just because you have been doing a good job, and you have been paying attention to the signs, and you could have easily just came here, put on your bikini, got drunk, and said, we're here to have fun and party, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's also very much 3-dimensional living. So you have been doing such a superb job in being in your 5-dimensional and wanting to learn and wanting to grow. Just every once in a while, just experience the moment, and you will actually get more signs.
Okay, so just keep enjoying the moment like we're deciding to do.
It is all about balance.
Okay.
You can't be too much about the study, because then you're tying your head up in knots and you're not relaxing. But you also can't be too much about going out and just having a big celebration, because then you're missing the signs. It's about balance, and if you can find that balance, then all the signs will come together. But I have a good feeling about you two.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Did you want to tell us anything about that?
Well, I can feel everything rising.
Oh, good.
And I am so grateful that you have never left Christy, even in her darkest hour, because she, I know she has revealed a lot of personal things to you, but there have been a lot of people in her life to abuse her. And while we don't like that and we don't support that, it was also her way and her path. Do you need to get some water?
I've got some right here, but it's just, maybe something just needs to come out of me and clear out.
Mm-hmm. Always. So I know that Christy has told you about certain things, and she has went through such a difficult path for a reason. If she had not been abused, and if she had not been looked down on, and if she had not been disrespected by most people in her life, she would not have pressed herself to find the meaning. She would not have pressed herself to connect with her spiritual side and ascend. So even though it is heartbreaking for us to see, and it is not what we wish, it was the only way for her to get there. And we are grateful that you are one person in her life that has never abused her or used her or looked down at her. And we wish that you would understand you have the same gift in her. She has never wanted you for any reason other than who you are. She's never abused you. She's never looked down on you. She's never judged you. That is such a rare thing to find in a friendship, and both of you have provided each other with that, and we are so proud of you. She will never want something from you, and you will never want something from her. I think you call that using people.
Yes.
That's not something that you two will ever do to each other. So that is a wonderful thing, because that is rare in your, what do you call it, your country?
Yes.
That is rare. Most people are so selfish.
Everybody seems to be selfish. But that's okay. I'll just send them love.
We're so grateful that you found each other.
Oh, we are too. We was talking about that earlier on how we don't compare in a bad way, but we're just so excited how far we've come the last 10 years with each other.
Yes, and you've brought many blessings to each other as well.
Yes, and our life shows that.
Yes.
Oh, and now we're talking to y'all, and y'all are talking to us, and I just love it. I don't even think we fully understand the excitement potential that we have yet.
There's so many things that we haven't even been able to reveal to you yet, but we cannot wait until we are able to.
Oh, and you said after today, everything is different?
Yes, you will experience no more lack.
Does that mean we've released all the denseness off of us?
Mostly, but when I say you will experience no more lack, it's because you're no longer in the third dimension, as you call that. It's because you're no longer in there, okay? You're not fully in the 5 yet, but you will never go back to the 3. And so as long as you're not in the 3, just a lack is only a product of the 3. So as long as you don't ever go back in the 3, then you'll never have lack. All you have to do now is just make sure that you do not entertain your ego. I understand that both of you, when your ego tricks you, because it is very, very crafty and sneaky, when your ego tricks you, it tells you both. This is for your highest good. This is for somebody else's highest good. The ego is using your own language and ascension words against you. So if Christy is dwelling on her husband or her kids, she's thinking, how can I get them to the light? How can I get them to the light? That's okay, but not to dwell, and certainly not to forget to live in the moment and enjoy what you're doing in this moment, to be thinking like that, because that is a form of control. And if the only thing you ever do for enlightenment is study your enlightenment path, yes, we commend you for that, but you are forgetting to take time to be in the moment and enjoy your life, do things that suit your personality. You have to do that as well. You can't only study all the time, because then you're just going to tie your brain into knots, and you're not ever going to feel relaxed once that happens to you.
Oh, I don't want that. I just study because it's so exciting and interesting and intriguing, and I don't see it as stressful.
Yes, we know that, but there is lots of beautiful things in this world that can bring you joy as well. And it is important for this path that you're on, that you experience those things as well.
Okay. Oh, I'm just learning so much. Oh, wonderful. And so, like the last week, you've provided us with 2 more people. Is that kind of like the form of no more lack? You just keep providing us with stuff and people and...
Well, that is on your teaching journey, and Christy has one as well. But if you have, what is it called? On your phone, on your
apps?
Yes, what is the purple circle thing that people can send you a message?
Messenger?
Yes, Christy has to check a folder in there that is other. Is that the word?
I believe so, or spam.
Something like that. She has a message from a lady in Africa who found her and wants her to be her teacher. I think Christy saw it briefly and thought that it was a spam, but it is a real person who found her on the internet.
Okay, wonderful.
Because her guides told her to.
Okay, wonderful. And this will be her first student?
Of sorts.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited. Okay, wonderful. We'll get that message to Christy. Because after this session, we're going to be listening to this recording. Okay. Should we get back to the questions, or what should we do?
That is fine.
Oh, I just love this information you're giving us. It's helping us. Okay. And here's the next one. Can you tell me about my hosting contract?
She thinks about that a lot. It's not a good thing and it's not a bad thing. It's just something that you agreed to do. It will not harm you. It will not help you. Do you understand this?
Yes.
It is just that you have agreed to allow someone to invade your private thoughts and your private life for the pure reason of statistical taking. So, Christy has had the Pleiadians and the Arcturians use her home and her body as a host, and she has done a wonderful job of getting out of the way while they conduct their surveys and their tests. And she has had a few, you call it morals, but that is not the word we use. It's not a test either, because if you say test, that gives the impression of pass or fail. There is no pass or fail. It's just, do you remember when we did your life review?
Yes.
It's that. I don't know what the word is that Cresita used, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, she went over the last 10 years with me. Right.
So she has had that as well. And again, there is no pass and there is no fail. But if they're doing their surveys and they can say, oh, well, there was this moment they could have been completely cold-hearted and they chose not to. Or there was this moment that they were cold-hearted, immediately realized it, asked for forgiveness. That is going to make it to where you get a higher level of a Pleiadian, you call Pleiadian or Arcturian, we call entity. You can get a higher level, which is going to give you more knowledge the next time you host.
In the next life?
No, in this life.
In this life. Okay, well, how's Christy doing with that?
She is doing fine. They do wish that she would stop being so scattered, but they also have realized that she takes on everyone else's emotions as her own, and that is a product of an extremely neglectful childhood, because in her childhood she felt as though she was invisible, but if she could please the authority figures around her, then she wouldn't be invisible. So then she learned how to pick up on everyone else's feelings, and she's never stopped doing that. It is not good, it is not bad, but it makes it more difficult when she hosts, because then they kind of have a cloud in her brain. It's like she's feeling everyone else's feelings, and we know that she does not desire to do this anymore. We know that she has closed relationships that made her do this too much, and we think that is a very wise choice. We know that she is shutting down people that normally she would just let stay and abuse her and create, like her brother was toxic, and she didn't speak to her aunt Rosie. She did not speak to her for almost 6 months because that was toxic. She's doing a very good job of recognizing the toxic ones and shutting it down. So she is finally understanding that. But when she was hosting the last time, it was hard for them to find Christy's true emotion, because she would also have everyone else's true emotion. And so it was just like a snow globe of all of these people and all of these feelings inside of this one person.
Can we balance that out for her today?
Yeah, she's doing it. She's doing it.
Good, because we want her to be a good host.
Yes, she's doing it.
We want her to get balanced out.
She is doing it. And just like Cresita can tell you more specifics about you and your situation, even though I can observe you anytime I want to, Christy is directly responsible for me ascending. I'm directly responsible for her ascending. So we have to work closer together, like you and Cressida have to work closer together. So if I tell you that the toxic behaviors that Christy has allowed, what I was saying was Cressida can tell you some of the toxic behaviors that you allowed throughout your life and how they manifested if she feels like telling you that. But the toxic behaviors of other people, not of Christy, because she is a very kind and very compassionate person, but the toxic behaviors and traits that she has taken on of other people's for her whole life has now started to incarnate in her sexual organs. And now the first symptom is of the imbalance of her sexual organs. So if she has imbalance of her sexual organs, then if she does not stop taking on those toxic traits and absorbing those things into her DNA where they do not belong, then the next step she will have like a cancer on her ovary or a cancer on her uterus that'll just keep getting worse because that is the specific place where they manifest for her. And if you're interested in where your things manifest with your stuff, then Cressida can tell you that. But it is important that Christy knows, yes, she is doing better. Yes, she is having boundaries with toxic people. Yes, she is realizing her self-worth step by step by step. But she has to do it more and more and more so that she can, because she's really been going through it with her sex hormones and her sexual organs. They have been betraying her, but it's only because that's where all that toxicity manifests.
How can we remove that toxicity?
Well, she can continue doing what she's doing, and when someone disrespects her or someone brings toxic energy into her life, she can put down a boundary. She can practice all the things that she has been practicing. We already talked about how to get her better situated for her sleep, because she does get so many downloads in her sleep, and how she can journal when she wakes up and all that. But just really be discerning about who she gives her energy to. That does not mean to be ugly to anyone. We do not wish for her to be ugly or mean or disrespectful to anyone. But when she allows someone to be disrespectful to her, then she's disrespecting her own self. So if she can just shut down every time somebody does that, just shut that relationship down, and in her mind just say, these are my boundaries, no one's going to disrespect me. That does not mean that she has to be angry. It just means that she's respecting herself. Then slowly that will start clearing out.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, good. Okay, and her next question is, can you tell me about my mom? Maybe a brief.
It is a little bit tricky for us to tell her mom's story because we are not her mom's guide, and it is a violation of her mom's privacy. But we can talk about what parts relate to Christy, and we can just simply sum it up by saying, continue to pray for her, continue to thank her for being the vessel in which brought you into this world, because she made a great sacrifice to do that. Continue to show her love and respect, and to feel love and respect for her, and then she will continue to heal, because every time Christy has a healing thought, her mother feels that.
Oh, we was talking about that the other day.
You are figuring out so many things.
So you do hear our conversations when we talk about it?
Yes, sometimes we're telling you the thoughts as you're saying them.
I figured that because we can't just figure this out on our own. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, good. Okay, and the next question, oh, this is a good one. Can you tell me about my twin sibling that passed?
Okay, that is a very intense subject, but...
Do we need to do that another day, or...?
No, I will try to summarize.
Wonderful.
Her name is Angelica.
Okay.
Because she was only created to be an angel for Christy. And if Christy ever wants to talk to her, she can. She has not asked at this time, and that is fine. She is always with her. She always sleeps next to her. She always is with her when she's driving to keep her safe. She was literally born just to be an angel for Christy. And also, even though it has been hard because Christy has felt incomplete most of her life and foreign most of her life, and that is because the same person with the same DNA did not get to stay behind with Christy, it also propelled her into her spiritual journey, because if Angelica had not passed on, and if Angelica had not transitioned the way she did at the time that she did, Christy would never, ever, ever have understood what spirituality meant. She would never have been a seeker or a healer. Does that make sense?
Yes. Can we tell Angelica thank you?
Yes.
Because that was very beautiful of her.
It was a sacrifice.
Because with her doing that, that helped me.
Yes, in that way, yes.
Oh. So Angelica's with us all the time.
She is always with Christy, protecting her and guarding her. And when Christy got into the car accident when she was 10 years old on Shady Grove Road, and the car was completely smashed, and she said that she felt like she somehow got out of the window. Unconsciously, she thought that she got out of the window. That was because Angelica pulled her out of the window.
Yeah, she said she felt like she kind of floated out.
Yes, that was true. She does know that.
I love that. Thank you, Angelica, for keeping my friend safe. Oh, I love this. So she's very, okay, thank you. And Christy can call on her anytime?
She does. Christy has talked to her a few times, but she's not really sure that she's there, and she is there, and she can talk to her.
This is going to confirm it.
Yes.
And now she knows that it was a girl.
Yes, that's why Christy does like the color pink too.
Oh, she was saying that this weekend, that she's feeling the pink this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the twin sibling, or is it okay to ask if Angelica has anything to say?
No, because Christy didn't ask, and also I don't think it's her time yet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, and her next question is, what is my next recommended step?
To really, really, really try her best to have a good, solid bedtime routine of relaxing. She is aware that she puts her phone down at a certain time, most of the time. Sometimes she cheats. But most of the time she puts her phone away at an early time. She always makes sure that nothing is violent or loud on the television, but she can also create a ritual of meditation and prayer, and especially journaling at bedtime. And we know that she does those things, but they're more helpful at bedtime. Then she doesn't have any blockages when she sleeps. Then she can get as much sleep as she needs, and she can wake up and she can journal the things that she remembers from her sleep. And maybe it's just, I ate a bag of M&Ms and my hair turned blue. Maybe that means nothing, but just writing down something like that every time she feels it will strengthen that connection. And that way, when she gets a strong enough connection, she can write more and more coherently and cohesively about what the downloads actually mean. And that benefits you as well, because her downloads are always applying to you as well.
We're gathering that. She remembers a lot of that stuff. I don't remember anything. Okay, good. So it was good about her talking about her dream this morning.
Oh, yes. That dream was just her residual energy coming forth. She's going to have to purge for a little while because she's not used to doing this. But, it's just different when someone agrees to do so much in their sleep, and when they learn how to do it, just like I said, riding a bicycle. When they learn how to do it and they have a system, it won't bother them. She will feel rested. She won't feel tired. But just like when you are doing your learning and your ascension work, you always do that by listening, thinking, and writing, correct?
Yes.
And those things are beneficial for Christy as well, but she gets the most upgrades in her sleep. You get the most upgrades when you're listening and meditating and writing.
I do. I think that's why I crave it now.
Yes.
Okay. And her next question is, how can I develop my Merkaba?
Oh, the Merkaba. That's been on y'all's mind a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, is that what?
Yes, that's the shape of the crystal, yes. So the Merkaba is just a system of lights that surrounds your body whenever you're in your highest element. And it gives you, it's almost like a vehicle. So if you picture an invisible vehicle made of lights and it's in the shape of the Merkaba and you're in the center, that just means that every single aspect of your inner and outer world is healed. And now you can go anywhere and do anything with divine protection. If you want to time travel, if you want to battle some kind of entity that's trying to put cancer into your dad, if you want to, whatever you want to do, if you can dream it, you can do it. But you have to be completely and totally 100% fully realized. Everything inside of you has to be healed. Everything outside of you has to be healed. And it is very helpful to have a visual of the Merkaba. A lot of people will hang it from their car mirror, have pictures of it around their home, have a blanket that has the big symbol of it all over their blanket, because the more visual they get, the more they think about that healing process and the more they're willing to go the distance for that healing process. So it's wonderful that you bought that. It is a great visual reminder, because every time you look at it, you're going to remember, that's my goal. I need that. That's my goal. That's what you're going to attain it one way or the other, whether you do it in the next 2 years or if it takes you 20 years, you're going to attain it. And then when you have it, you'll understand what I'm saying. You will never get sick. You will never get a bruise. You will never get a headache. You will never worry about whatever, just your normal, whatever your child or your spouse or your grandchild or whatever, you're not going to worry about anything like that, because you've completely rid yourself of the ego. You've completely surrendered every single part of yourself over to divine higher power. You're completely operating from a place of love and compassion, which is the only rule you have. And, that's one of the reasons why being selfless with other people is so wonderful. And we are very proud of you and the work that you've done as far as your husband and your children and your grandchildren. You have shown great dignity and great selflessness, and you do always put all of their needs first. But there are other people that don't understand the concept of that. And if it's anybody that you love, show them that. Show them that you are giving and patient and compassionate and kind, because love is the number one rule. So you've mastered self-love. Christy has not. Christy has mastered compassionate love. You have not. You have done so well with it with your close family, but you need to realize that that's just a place of operation for everything, because everything you do for others is what you're going to get in return, in a sense. But I think you already know this.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Y'all told me about it, but I got to learn about this compassionate love.
Just to receive someone, so it is good to have boundaries. If someone is toxic, you can send them away with love. You are correct about that. But if someone is not toxic, if someone is your friend or just someone kind to you, just receive them exactly for who they are. Enjoy them for exactly who they are. And if you trust them, if it's someone you trust, you can be vulnerable. It's okay. It's okay for you to be vulnerable, because what that's going to teach them is that they can be vulnerable. That strengthens your bond. That makes the love turn into, from a size of a peanut to an apple to a cantaloupe, and eventually it's going to be just like a big bubble of love between you. And that love is like it's the currency of the kingdom. So if you want more money, and that's not the actual word, but it's the analogy that I'm using, if you want more currency, if you want more power in the kingdom of God, love is the only way to get it.
Okay. The compassion, love, and self-love.
Well, the self-love is key, because if you don't love yourself, you don't know how to love others.
Yeah, you have to start there.
Yes, and even though Christy does know how to love herself, she does love herself, she does fully accept herself, but the human conditioning makes her feel as though she has to be perfect for other people to love and accept her. So even though she loves and accepts herself, she is conditioned by the world to think other people don't love her and accept her. And plus, she has been heavily abused, and she doesn't try. She really does not try to come from a victim standpoint, but she has been heavily abused. She has been, and like we told you, that was her path. That was her contract. That's what she signed up for, because she would have never stepped into a deeper seeking. She would have never surrendered to a higher power if she had not had experienced that pain. But the side effect of that is that she is super conscious and wary of what other people think. Yes, she does love herself, but she needs to completely drop the idea of other people might look at me this way. And you're actually doing a very good job teaching her that, and she is grateful for the lessons you're giving her on that.
Oh, thank you. I think y'all are just helping me to teach her.
Yes. She's almost there.
Oh, she's doing very, 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 very wonderful. Okay, and her next question is, this kind of falls into it, where am I believing that I am incomplete?
She bases her, it's not self-confidence, it's feeling of satisfaction and self-fulfillment. A lot of that comes from her husband and her children. And so if she's seeking validation from something outside of herself, she'll always feel incomplete. If she can realize, oh, I can accept, yes, we've told you she does love herself very much, but if she can accept herself and be proud of herself and take some confidence, even just maybe a little tiny bit of vanity in the way that she is carrying herself around the world, not because it matters what the world thinks, but because it'll make her feel good inside. If she can start just really falling in love with herself in every single aspect and accepting herself and being proud of herself in every single aspect, and I'm not talking about narcissism, I'm just talking about a healthy dose of self-esteem, then she will understand everything she needs is inside of her. It doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it does matter if her husband's happy. Of course it does. Yes, it does matter if her children's happy. Of course it does. But she will be happy she will feel peace and joy regardless of what their circumstances is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that'll make a lot of sense to her when she hears this.
It all comes from inside of her. She will tell you until she's blue in the face that she doesn't seek validation from the world. And she's correct. But she does seek validation from her husband and her children. And she doesn't need to do that.
Okay. And you're helping her with that. So
so are you.
No.
See, the trick is for you, you can have all the conversations in the world with her, and she likes it. She's a big word person. She loves words. She loves to talk. She loves for other people to talk to her. As long as you're talking to her with respect, that's the only key.
Respect?
Yes.
We can do that. As long as she takes it as respect.
Yes, but just remember that if you see something in her that you feel is lack, it is a reflection of you every single time. And that's not just solely isolated to you. That's her too. And that's every other person in the whole world.
So that's what we've been saying about Vera. And
yes, so if you look at her and think, oh, well, if you do A, B, and C, then you'll ascend, you're really saying that about yourself. It's really not as hard. I know this sounds very complicated and hard, and it sounds like a lot of rules. It's not. It's just literally just the definition of friendship. Just be there for her.
Yeah, just look at it with love.
Yeah, and genuine love, though. Not manufactured love because you think that's what you're supposed to do. Genuine love. Do you remember how you used to feel about her, like, back in the old days before you met Mark, when you two would just sit on the swing and talk all the time and spend the night with each other and pull your money together to go get a little pizza and watch a movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was genuine love. That was the most pure love. Besides what you feel for your children and grandchildren, that was the most pure love you've experienced coming from yourself. Besides your offspring, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people outside
of your family. Okay, that's the most pure joy and love. If you look at her with that, if you can remember that love instead of trying to think, oh, I'm being helpful by pointing out this, that's not being helpful. That's just going to make her feel bad about herself. But if you're talking to her as in a conversation between two friends and you're being compassionate, she'll receive that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. Well, anybody receives it easier that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't want you to think you have to filter yourself. Christy sees you warts and all. She sees all your flaws and she still loves you tremendously anyways. You don't have to filter yourself. Like we said, if she wrecks your car, yell at her. Who cares? No one cares. You're both going to you're human. It's okay. It's okay to be mad at each other. It's okay to say, you're not making me feel very good right now. It's not okay to hold on to it. It's not okay for it to turn into bitterness or resentment or grudges. That's not okay. That's going to send you to a version of hell you don't want to experience.
No, we don't.
But it's okay to, in the moment when you're feeling that feeling, if someone tells you a lie, you're not going to feel very good about that person. You tell them. Get that out right now so it doesn't have time to fester. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're not telling you to be a fake person. We're not telling you to always be joyful and happy and loving and compassionate. You can be her best friend, and then you can also still stay true to yourself as well without being disrespectful to either of you.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
And plus, sometimes when stuff gets risen up, whether it's not lower, small, or big, it just needs to be, it's risen up to be released.
Yes.
Okay, good. Like it just needs to be skimmed off the top.
Yes, and I think both of you are at a place now where you've both released everything. I don't think either one of you have anything inside of you that needs to be released. You just both, I don't want to say work on your delivery because that makes it feel like sometimes Christy will blurt things out without thinking them through. And that will rub you the wrong way, and that's fine. You can tell her that without being disrespectful. And then sometimes you're too cold, and that rubs her the wrong way, and that's fine. She should be able to tell you that without being disrespectful. But I also think both of you I think you've both let the air in on both sides. I think you're both good.
I think we are too.
Yeah.
We just love each other.
Yes.
We don't take it as bitterness.
Yes, and don't ever, because neither one of you are ever going to come from a place of hate, ever.
We just look at it as it's just making us better.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Okay, here's the next question. This one's interesting. Okay, I love that all our thoughts we've had has been true. Y'all told us to trust it.
Yes. Christy has, I think, a sore throat.
She does. Do we need anything that can be fixed with that, or is that part of the purging?
I think it is part of the purging. It's just I can't get the octane to change. She has some dryness.
Oh, yeah. She's been coughing.
Yeah.
What's the octane?
I meant octave.
Oh, okay. All right, and the next one is, what was the vision of the centipede that she had? And I had a vision of the tree.
Oh, that's because you guys were doing that really, really good meditation. Christy is very, very discerning on not just people in real life, but people that she finds online as well. And that lady right there can really teach you about how to fully and totally relax. She needs to listen to her every night. So when that lady was teaching you, both of you got a vision at the exact same time of your solar plexus.
Oh, because it was a beautiful design.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that lady, I've never been able to be relaxed like that.
Yeah, she's good.
So I should listen to her some more?
Yeah, if that's what you want, if you crave that kind of deep relaxation step inside of yourself, that she's a good one.
That was a vision of my solar plexus?
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful and active and colorful. It was like little threads of color.
Yeah, Christy's was like a centipede, but it was like a stick with a whole lot of strings coming out each side.
Yeah, and mine was like a tree that had it up the top and the bottom. But I guess you've seen it. Okay. And here's the next one. Are there any certain places we should go while we are in Florida?
Be spontaneous. That's the whole purpose. Be spontaneous. Enjoy. Experience adventure. Experience the unknown. Experience the
So just get in the car and just go?
Do whatever you want to do. You're already doing a great job at the signs, and you're already doing a great job at conversation. You're already doing a great job of documentation. Now, on the flip side of that, go experience joy, because that's going to speed up your downloads.
Okay, so tomorrow we just need to go jump in the car and go find stuff to do.
Whatever you want to do, just...
She wants to find lighthouses. We need to do that.
You can do that. You can do anything you want to do.
Oh, okay, wonderful. And y'all are going to guide us. And you'll get us more signs and everything. Okay, her next question is, how are we doing with the signs?
Oh, yeah. You were picking them up and you were documenting them, which is so amazing. But also, whenever you had your time in the water today and you were both vibrating at the same frequency, that put an accelerator on it. So now you're seeing more, and you're seeing more faster, and they're coming faster because you let your guard down and you let yourself experience pure bliss for that moment, for that time you were out there.
Well, that time that we were out there, does that stay active?
Yeah, as long as you keep doing it, as long as you keep trying to find those moments of joy and relaxation, yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Is that why I was finding such beautiful shells? Is because it was like perfectly...
Well, that's what you wanted, so that's what you manifested.
Yeah, I did want it, huh? Thank you so much. Okay, Willow, is there anything else you'd like to bring through for Christy before we bring Cressida in?
Just go have fun and live in the moment.
Okay. Oh, so excited. All right, thank you. And that's all for you?
Yes.
Okay, is it okay to bring in Cressida now?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi, Cressida.
Hi, I've missed you.
I know, I was thinking that earlier. I was like, I miss Cressida. I ain't talked to her in a long time. I miss you
It's
too.
been a while.
Oh, how are you doing? How are you and I doing up there? Are we doing great?
So good. You're doing so good.
Oh, and you're doing so good too. Okay, is there anything you'd like to bring through for me before I ask questions?
No, I think you're doing really, really good. Just continue to do what you're doing. You're seeing all the signs and you're experiencing the bliss, and I'm just so proud of you that you were able to take direction so well and get your trip and have your fun.
I'm surprised with myself too. Thank you. I know. Well, y'all helped us with that, and Christy and I worked that out, and it all flowed. Okay. Is it okay to go ahead and start my questions?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know Willow talked on this, but how can I teach myself compassionate love?
Well, are you talking... Okay. If you are feeling very good about yourself, in that moment, think about another person that you want to show unconditional love to. And there is no limit. There should never be a limit to the people you want to show unconditional love or compassion to. So in the moments when you're feeling really good about yourself, and when you're showing yourself really good, healthy, strong self-love and self-compassion, it's amazing that you are able to forgive the parts of yourself that didn't know better. A lot of people cannot do that. It's amazing that you're able to move past and realize that it's a waste of time on regret. It's amazing. So if you can have that, and then experience, when you're feeling all of those ways about yourself, all of those good, healthy, self-love ways about yourself, then think about another person. Think about, if you want to think about Madison, and then in that moment, because you're already vibrating on such a high vibration of self-love, then you can manipulate that energy and put that towards Madison or whoever it is that you're thinking about.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what it means by compassionate love. Okay.
Yeah, and just accept people for exactly who they are. If they are a version of themselves that you don't like, don't associate with them, or not as intimately. But if they are just being who they are, The whole world is full of personalities that are not always going to approve of each other, or not. You're going to get on each other's nerves. That's the interesting part of the game. The part of the being able to love and be compassionate, even though you get on each other's nerves sometimes, that's the reward. That's the part of yourself that is doing the higher work. So if someone you love dearly is doing something to drive you absolutely crazy. We know that you know how to do this with your children because they're your children. You have unconditional love for your children. And if someone else is doing something that's getting on your nerves, if it bothers you bad enough, speak about it. Speak about it, clear the air, work through the problem, but never forget to see someone's true essence. If you love them, there's a reason you love them. So just take them for who they are. Accept them for who they are. Forgive them for their mistakes.
Okay. How am I doing with that?
Mostly okay, but sometimes you want so badly for other people to be able to experience a higher learning that you get a little impatient, but it doesn't happen very often.
Can you fill me with some patience
Yes.
for that, please?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I will need patience for that.
It doesn't happen very often.
Okay, wonderful. I just want everybody to have this holy mind.
They will ascend faster if they feel close and loved by you.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that. All right. And Willow brought through that we was in alignment, and after today we won't be in lack anymore.
Correct.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to that for us?
Well, I did tell you about that when I first told you about this trip.
Yes, you did.
I told you there would be a great paradigm shift after this trip and that it would start during your trip.
Yes, you did.
So just buckle your seatbelts and get ready.
Because it's just going to get better.
So much better.
Oh my gosh. We can't. So we haven't even experienced half of it.
No.
We're ready. We are ready.
Yes, and I wish I could give you all the answers you seek, but so much of it you have to find in yourself. You're on the right path. You are going to come up with a plan for your business, and because you have been divinely guided to start your business, then it's not selfish ambition. It's just following the signs, walking the path and finding where it leads you. You are going to find all the answers you desire about your future within yourselves.
Oh, good. That's the best way to find it.
Yes.
Because you are within ourselves.
Yes.
Oh, and we make a great team. Okay. I'll get on with my questions. Sorry. I just get so excited. I'm just happy to talk to you. Okay, what was the dream that I had about Chaz the other night? He was a giant. Or I felt like he was a giant, but when he opened his eyes, it's like he had the whole, I don't know, universe, galactic system in him. I don't know the terminology.
Well, when you did the session for him and Christy channeled him, do you remember?
Yes.
You were told that he was a spiritual giant, and you were told that he had all the secrets of the universe inside of him, and you believed it, and it resonated with you. So now you're processing it, and it's your heart's desire for him to realize it and to step into his power, and so that's on your mind.
So that's why I viewed him like that?
Yes, because you believed it.
I do believe it.
It is true.
I believe everything y'all tell me.
And you want him to find that power so badly. You know his life is going to get so much better when he finds that power and steps into it. And so you've just been thinking about it in the back of your mind a lot.
I have. I'm trying to get it to him gently. I figure he'll happen when he's ready.
You're so good with him.
Oh, I love him so much. Can we send him some love so he feels it?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and then another thing. Oh, how's Larissa doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is she getting ready to make her trip here?
Yes, she's going to have a strawberry birthmark.
Oh, is she? Where is she going to have that at?
I'm not going to tell you, but that...
I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah, that also correlates with your strawberries.
Oh, I love that. Okay. I pictured her last night packing her suitcase and putting it in her heart and getting ready to tell everybody she'll see him when she can.
She's pretty excited.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, does she have anything she'd like to say to her Mimi?
Just that she can't wait she can't wait, and she wishes her mother would relax.
Oh, okay. After I get done with the session, I'll tell her that.
Yeah,
Okay, wonderful. Send Larissa some love, and I can't wait to meet her either.
she knows.
Is she still coming Friday?
We can't tell you
Oh,
that.
y'all are so funny. Okay.
Because it's better when it's spontaneous.
I know. Okay, I'll be happy either way, as long as she's healthy. Well, even then, I'll still be happy. Okay. Oh, send her kisses. Okay, and here's my next question. Why did I had some dreams last night, and I feel like I was healing, or I don't know what I woke up talking about. Can you help me with that?
Well, because you have, okay, let's see. You have started your channeling journey, and so last night you were getting a lot of channeling coming from a lot of different sources because it hasn't been managed yet. And so last night, for some reason, you were especially open to it, so you were getting a lot of channeling last night, but it was just bad timing because you were asleep.
Oh, so if I'm awake, it'll just start coming through me?
Yes, if you're open to it. And, how do I word this? If you're vibrating from a place of genuine joy and relaxation at the same time, and then you're open to and trust your intuition, it will flow.
Okay, how am I doing with that?
Good.
Okay, and since I was asleep last night, that's when it came through?
Yes. No, it shouldn't have came through like that. That wasn't us.
It wasn't? It was just someone else?
Well, it was, yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything bad. It was just...
They was just testing me out?
Yeah, or spirits are always trying to find a channel.
Okay, because I woke up and I told Christy, I was like, someone's got to tell me something over there. And then I went in the room, and then I came back in here. I was like, I don't remember why I went in there.
Yeah, spirits are always looking for a channel, and we won't ever let a bad spirit talk to you.
Yeah, I know. Y'all have me divinely protected. Oh,
But
okay.
just get ready, because when you channel, and Christy can tell you this is true, when you channel, it's not just the galaxies. It's not just your spirit guides. It's not just your angels. It's not just those things that you desire. It's also it's also spirits that need help. And we're not telling you that you should put your whole life on hold and become a medium and help all kinds of spirits cross over, but we are telling you they're going to try.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's going to be a lot when you find that connection deeply.
And y'all will help me with all of this.
Yes, we just want you to know that sometimes. So all you have to do is, if you are not purposefully channeling and you are not purposefully seeking a certain connection and you get it anyways, just say, Spirit, I command you to identify yourself and your intention.
Okay.
And they will.
And they will?
Yes.
So all I got to do is just ask beforehand?
Command. You mean if you don't want to talk to them?
Well, so I always have a choice.
Well, yeah. I mean, most of the time they'll respect your wishes. Sometimes they won't go away, but they'll just leave you alone and hope you change your mind.
And y'all keep me protected.
Yeah.
So is that why when I'm sitting outside sometimes I'll get real lightweight feeling? Is that having to do with helping my channeling?
That's more of an ascension symptom.
It is, because that's happened a few times here.
Yes. That's
Okay.
you're ascending.
Okay.
But you also have you have a spirit in this room as well.
Okay, and you're protecting us with it?
Yeah, it's not evil, it's just lost.
Can you send it home?
That is up to the spirit. Christy said a declaration before this trip that she did not want to have contact with any spirits because she wanted to enjoy herself. So that's why he's not coming near Christy.
How can I say that?
And just say, I don't want any contact with any spirits on this trip. You'll have your time when I'm ready for you.
I don't want to have any contacts with spirits on this trip. You'll have your time when I'm ready for you.
And when I give you permission, you can come find me.
And when I give you permission, you can come find me.
And now he'll leave you alone.
Okay, was he bothering me? Well, I didn't think he was bothering me.
No, he just wishes that you guys would listen to him, but it's not right or it's not wrong.
Okay, okay.
There is no good or bad when it comes to spirits. It's just kind of like your little annoying friend, except for they're on a journey and they're stuck and they need you to help them get through it. Mediumship is a whole different ball game, and we're not saying it's good, we're not saying it's bad. Anybody that has the patience for it and the passion for it is very good. It's a very good thing. And when Christy gets invested in it, she does a very good thing. But then it can't, because her life is a little unmanageable at the moment. So therefore she doesn't have the structure to do that completely at the moment. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. You're doing a million wonderful favors for spirits and their families. But it's also, you're not going to get any bad marks if you're not doing it. And if you don't want to communicate with him, that's fine, because if you do communicate with him, he's not going to leave you alone the whole time you're here.
Yeah, we're here to enjoy right now.
Right.
But like later when we get fully realized, can we come back and help him?
Yes.
Okay, but we're good now?
Yes.
And no one's bothering us?
Yeah, he's not in any harm. He's just
hanging out, enjoying our company?
Yeah. Well, he died around back of this hotel.
Oh, okay. At the beach?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. Send him some love and blessings, please.
He'll find his way if he would just pay attention to his signs.
Hopefully he will. Can we bless him so he can find his signs?
Yes.
I bless you to find your signs and to find your path.
I'm not going to tell you his name because then you're acknowledging him and giving an invitation.
No, I don't want that. Okay, enough about that. All right. So when I am channeling when I'm awake, will I know when I'm doing it? Or what will I start sensing?
Well, this is a conversation between you and I that's going to be a very long conversation. So when you get home and when Christy is comfortable and doesn't have anything to do, you both need to sit down and you need to have your notebook because you need to get ready. It's going to be a very long conversation. Christy did not ask to be a channeler. It happened to her. She used to do it all the time, and then a bunch of people gave her negative reactions, and then she started doubting herself, and now, yeah, she knows she can do it, but at the same time, she doesn't like hearing everyone's negative opinions, so she just doesn't mess with it. You're actively choosing to tap into that version of yourself. You're actively choosing to develop that power, so therefore, it's going to be like a whole lesson between you and I, and she can also help you too.
Okay, good. So when we get home, we'll have a whole nother session for that.
Yeah, get ready. It'll be like a school lesson.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of information.
Okay, good. I love your information. Thank you. Okay.
What is wrong with Christy's throat? It's so dry.
I don't know. Can Willow help fix that?
Yeah, she just needs some water. She needs to work on speaking her truth, and she needs to drink some water.
Okay. I'll tell that to her. All right. The next question is, we probably won't go through all the questions, but how do we finish our ego death, and how are we doing with it?
Well, Willow decided that she needed to tell you all about that, didn't she?
I wanted to know. She asked me if I wanted to know, and I said yes.
But I could have guided you more gentle.
It's okay. You can still guide me.
Did she upset you?
No, she did not. She did not upset me at all. I love taking y'all's guidance because this is how I learn. And y'all are not mean.
Okay. So, well, I know I'm not. So, I think Willow did a pretty good job explaining it, even though she over-talked it a little bit. But you have to, once you come from a place where you have no desire to change or alter anyone's personality, simultaneously accepting, loving, cherishing them, and giving them compassion for who they are, you have no desire for any outcome at all with any situation, any person, any place, anything, then your ego is completely gone. Then we can give you all the desires of your heart that we know are in your heart.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And you You can find a lot of great information about ego death if you want to do your research, or we can pick it up and have another lesson about that, because that could be a whole other lesson as well. It's such a long thing. You are doing good. You've made a lot of progress. You've made a lot of progress since you started your journey with your ego death. And I know some of those lessons were not easy for you. I know that. And I don't desire for you to have any experiences that are difficult for you ever again, because I don't ever want you to be in a negative mindset. But sometimes if you are listening to your ego too much, life, just as a reactionary experience, will give you a humbling experience, just so you can remember that you're not supposed to listen to your ego. And I don't want you to have that, because typically it's not fun.
Okay, let's not do that.
So just when we talk back to each other in about a week about the other thing that we were going to talk about with the channeling, we can also give you some more details about your ego. But you're not doing terrible. You're doing pretty good.
Okay. So we can just make the channel lesson and the ego lesson.
Yes.
We can just start categorizing these out.
Yes.
Okay, and that'll help me in turn later to help teach other people.
Yes.
Okay. And then another thing, y'all told us we had a wonderful Kundalini awakening. What can you tell us about that?
Well, some people have that spontaneously and quickly, and it happens all at once. And some people, it'll start activating, but it doesn't become fully awake until they get done with the ego death.
Oh, okay.
So you've started, all of your chakras are awake. They're no longer calcified. They are waking up. They are working in your favor now. They are understanding. They all have a job, and they all have a mission, and they all have to work in synchronicity. But they also know that they can't get too activated before your ego death, or then you will become manic. You will not understand how to control all of that energy and all that power. And people will label you with some kind of mental illness.
Oh, okay. And y'all are controlling that for me, right?
Yes.
Not controlling, but helping balance it.
Yes, we're doing anything you ask us to do. Yes. But, you see some people who are what society says they are, schizophrenic or bipolar, or
yes.
Those are people that had a Kundalini awakening but also had a full big ego. So they somehow managed to accidentally have a Kundalini awakening it'll be by a drug, or an experience, or there's all kinds of things that can accidentally trip it up and make it happen, but then they haven't lost their ego at all. And so they don't know how to contain all that energy and all that power. And trust me, you do not want to be them, because it's not very good. It's very manic.
Okay. So I asked the questions right. How to do the ego death, and then learning about the Kundalini.
Yes, because if you still have a Kundalini if you still have an ego when you have a full Kundalini, complete Kundalini awakening, you will be so full of power and energy that you will desire having sex with multiple people. You will feel like you are the most powerful being on earth, and that is just asking for trouble, because you're not.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want it to flow in the spirit way.
Right, and so that's why we're slowing it down until your ego is gone.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so we can get back to the Kundalini information later.
Yes.
Okay, because I had a few questions with that. Okay. And then, okay, the next question is, what can you tell me about what June brought through about the number one self-love and self-acceptance teacher?
I think that you have understood that. I think that you do understand that. It's now just a matter of you stepping into your power and understanding that you have a great potential in front of you to be a great teacher of that.
And y'all download me with all of that I need?
Yes, just remember that is a very good avenue. In addition to the things you're already doing and the things you're trying to manifest doing, that is also something. You can give lectures, you can write books, you can do videos, you can do anything you want to do about that. When someone's led to you and tells you that they struggle with self-love, self-confidence, you're their girl.
Okay, and you'll help me with those lessons too?
Yes, if you ask, we can always do anything you ask.
Okay, so when I get ready for all this, we can just set dates and set lessons and get it to everybody.
Yes, you need to be giving lectures and you need to be having conferences on that. You can change so many people for the better, not just women, people for the better.
Okay, and you're going to help me with that.
Yes.
And we're already on the path.
Yes.
Okay, and you can help keep me on that path?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And then the next question is, what do we need to do to finish releasing and accept the divine downloads, specifically while at the beach and at home?
You're doing great at the beach. You're doing really, really good. Just don't forget to live in the moment and have fun and be free. You're here to feel and experience freedom and fun and adventure. Yes, you're here on a learning mission. Yes, you're doing great with that. But you also, on the other side of that, you also need to relax and let your hair down and go and just be in the moment, because when you experience that joy and that relaxation and that bliss and that total peace of being in the moment, then you get faster downloads. Then you have more stuff to write about and talk about and contemplate.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be in the moment. Oh, yeah, because today we was in the moment.
Today was so beautiful.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, earlier on the porch, was I channeling for Christy to get her some answers?
Yes.
I was?
Yes, because, yes. Well, first of all, she desires to have a deeper relationship with you the way you guys used to. She desires that. But also, she was having a moment to where she was really, really, really being vulnerable in a beautiful way, to where she could go, if I'm blind to this, if I'm blind to something that others can see or that spirit can see, maybe because she is my best friend, she can reveal it to me. It was amazing. Most people are not open in that way. So yes, you were doing a little bit of channeling there.
Okay, that was wonderful. She accepted it so well.
She wanted it because she doesn't want any hindrance. She doesn't want any hindrance in her friendship and her relationship with you. But she also doesn't want any hindrance in her purity of heart. She knows she's spiritual. She knows she can decipher stuff. She knows she can do her journaling. She knows she has a lot of power. She knows that. But she also wants to have a pure heart. And part of having a pure heart is not hiding anything that you perceive as bad about yourself.
Okay, good. And was that you and Willow coming through?
Yes.
Okay, I thought, because I did ask for y'all. I did ask for help.
And thank you for being open to that.
Oh, no, thank you. I was like, well, I'm just going to give it a try.
Yes.
Thank you. I didn't really hear much. I just kind of just said it.
But you were gentle and compassionate and patient, and that's all that matters.
Yes, and she was too. And Christy was too. Okay, and here's the next question. How do we adjust to the frequency to access places like Atlantis or other higher dimensions?
Go ahead.
Oh, I guess we've kind of answered that.
Well, as you become bigger in the spiritual sense, more of that will be revealed to you, and you will be grateful that you waited to get all of that later.
Okay.
Because right now it would just confuse you.
Okay, yeah, and I do not want to be confused. Okay. I love how y'all are doing it in the delicate steps, but they're so mighty. Okay, Cressida, here's the next one. What do we look like on the spiritual side? Whichever one you want to reveal to me.
Well, you look like you, but better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you look like you, but whatever the most perfect, beautiful, healthy, balanced version of you can dream of, that's correct.
And that's what you look like?
Yes, because I am you.
You're a beautiful woman. Oh, I love this. Okay. Maybe you can give me a little image on mine when I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I've seen myself before, but I'm not sure. Okay, and here's the next one. Can the guides, angels, raise my baseline frequency to a higher level to connect with all beings of higher frequencies?
That's what you're working towards. You cannot rush that. You have to keep continuing to do the work on yourself. continuing your self-inventory, continuing your ego death, continuing to purposefully be compassionate towards all other people that you love. That does not mean don't have boundaries. That just means the people that you love, be more open to them. Just continuing your practice. I mean, you've already aced the learning side of it. You've already aced the knowledge side of it. Now it's just time to put it in practice so you can show that you're applying it.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then you will continue to reach all the levels that you desire.
So we're doing the steps correctly.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, okay, okay. And then, okay. The next one is, how can I relax into my power and help my students do the same?
We think you are doing that. And when you have a student, you get so excited because you have that need to help them and that desire to want to see them heal. You do get into that frequency. You do get into that element. That is, you thrive when you're helping others.
I do. Okay, okay. And that naturally just helps them.
Right. You're feeding off of each other's energy, which is good.
And I'm in pure love.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I think you've told me this one. What can I be told about being a teacher, and what downloads can I receive for that in compassion?
Well, we can't tell you what downloads you can receive. We can just reiterate that you need to, it's twofold. So you have your research side, you have the thing that you've aced the research side, but then you have the other side of becoming in alignment with pure compassion, pure love, but also just fun, just having fun and relaxing and finding that time to be playful. It is, and spontaneous and adventurous, but also having that root of relaxation also. That is the best state to receive the most downloads the quickest.
Okay, okay. So we are doing good.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I guess my questions kind of all ask the same. Because the next question I got is, how can I get to my next level of consciousness? But you've kind of answered that.
Yes, and also the more you are doing, and the more you are working on yourself and doing your self-reflection and doing your affirmations and doing your journaling and trying to practice what you're learning and put it into everyday application, the more you're doing all of those things, the more you're ascending. And every time you ascend, we are able to give you more information without harming you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, okay. And like Willow said earlier, when Christy and I ascend, y'all ascend.
That's right. But we also know that there are limits to what we can tell you. We can't give you too much too fast. Then you try to skip levels, and that gets everybody in trouble.
I don't want to skip levels. I want to know as much as I can while I'm learning it gracefully. It seems to go flow easier that way.
You're doing a lot of things right.
Thank you so much. Okay, okay. Okay, you've already answered this question. Alicia and Kelly's students, how to be the best teacher for them. You've kind of answered that.
It's in your intuition. You already know.
Yes. Okay, and how am I doing with my hosting contract?
Oh, you already had your review, and we've already told we know that you desire to talk to some of the people, some of the entities that have used you as a host, and we've already discussed that with them, and when they're ready, they will come forward. But we can't tell you right now if you're being used as a host. We're not allowed to tell you that right now, but we can tell you later on down the road when you were and when you weren't. But we gave you a pretty detailed review, a life review.
You did. I'm just going to assume I'm always hosting. That's what I'm just going to go with. That's okay. Okay, so y'all keep them updated as I get updated.
Well, they're all knowing because they have agreed to do us no harm and you no harm, then they have all access to all information. If they break their contract and harm you, or if they break their contract and harm us in any way, then they can't have access to all information.
Okay, okay. Are those the ones that was in the sky last night?
You know we're not supposed to talk about that.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later. Okay. And y'all kind of answered all this other question. My next question was, what was all the colors and thread type burst of colors that created different shapes at the Birmingham Motel? But y'all kind of talked about that already. And then, okay, the fluctuations in the ear, is that still y'all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's an ascension symptom.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay, I've been having that a lot.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. Okay. And then, oh, was there a ship in the back of my backyard a few months back?
Yes. Sometimes you can see
Right at
between the veils.
Right at the back porch?
Yes.
So I did see it.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Was that y'all or them?
Well, that was them just testing to see if you would handle it, I guess.
I think I handled it.
Yes.
But they'll talk to me about all that later, won't they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And the Merkaba crystal. What can you tell? Willow kind of talked on that a little bit. Can we bless the crystal that we bought?
Well, the crystal's gorgeous and it has a lot of energy inside of it that's going to help you. But just having those visual reminders it will activate some part inside of you that helps you remember that that's your ultimate goal, that you want to be surrounded by the Merkaba lights at all times. And when you're fully ascended to the point where you cannot be triggered ever again, and when you heal the things inside of you that are out of balance, that's whenever you will get to that point. But it seems to be that it's a really wonderful reminder for enlightened and awakened people to have visual reminders. For some reason, it activates something inside of them that makes them keep trying and keep remembering the things that they need to know. Does that make sense?
Yes. So it's wonderful I got that crystal.
Yeah, it will keep reminding you. And sometimes when I'm trying to think, I'm not as blunt as Willow. I'm trying to think how to word this. Sometimes whenever you take on other people's problems as your own, and even if it's something you've done within the past, you can do harm to your internal body, which is the reason why we've been trying to send you all the information about strawberries as we can, because you have internalized some people's pain into yourself simply because you loved them, and you accidentally let their pain go inside of you. And so you do have a little bit of blockage in one of your arteries, but you don't need to go to get medicine. You don't need to go see a doctor. The strawberries will be your number one help. And I've been trying so hard to get you to see that. And I love that you're following me on that.
I have been craving strawberries.
Yeah, they're very, very powerful antioxidants.
I've been doing that and the cucumbers.
Oh, the cucumbers are good too for you.
Yeah, because I grew them in the yard.
Yes, we know.
Okay, well, I think we've got everything. Oh, no, there's one more question. Okay. Ooh. Dakota was at the house a couple weeks ago, and the back door opened. Can you tell me, did someone open that?
Yes, your mother.
Okay, we thought that. She opened it pretty strong.
She does a lot of things. You know, she used to move things in your shop too.
She did?
Yes. You asked us one time if it was us, and all we said was no, because we didn't know we were allowed to tell you that it was your mother.
Oh, she's funny. She can keep moving stuff. That's okay. So she's moving things.
Yes, she thinks it's funny.
Oh, that is funny, because we were sitting out there, and I was like, that was probably Mom. He's like, yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
We probably talked her into there. So several years ago, when me and Mom was on the porch, and the door was locked, and we walked around the whole house thinking about how we were going to get in, and we almost busted a window.
That was your dad. Remember we told you in that one reading?
It was Dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, they're so funny. So if doors just come open, it's one of y'all or Mom and Dad?
It's always them, because they're the ones that think these things are funny, and they're trying to learn how to turn off lights and flush toilets because they think that it won't scare you. They think that it'll make you laugh.
Okay, so if weird stuff starts or not, if funny stuff starts happening.
Yeah, but they have to be careful because if it's going to scare anybody, they can't do
it. I can picture them chuckling as they're trying to do it.
it. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Are they really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, they've been waiting for this time, haven't they? Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Well, that's all of my questions. Is there anything else you'd like to bring through for me and Christy?
Just tell Christy to stay hydrated. Tell her to, it's not enough for her to work on where she's not fulfilling her contract. It's also, well, it's not a contract. Y'all don't have contracts. Where she's not fulfilling her life path, I guess. But, well, you do have contracts. You don't have karma. And contracts without karma aren't the same thing. It's a whole thing. But anyways, it's not enough for her to know where she's lacking. It's also important for her to know where she's succeeding. So just as many notes as she takes about where she needs to improve, she also needs to give herself credit for where she's succeeding. Then she will be able to flush out the sickness that's in her sexual organs and the imbalance she's experiencing there. And then you will also be able to faster get rid of that blockage before it turns into heart problems, because we do not desire you to have that at all.
No.
We do not want, well, we just don't want any of that.
Yeah, we're going to fix that.
You have to pay attention to everything we said during this lesson. Don't take it too seriously because that ties your brain in knots, but pay attention the way you always do. Every single thing that's said has meaning, and then you will figure out the way to release the things that are trying to attach to you inside.
Okay, good. And you're wonderful help me. Do we need to let Christy know how successful she's been on her stuff?
Yes, and I think that Violet and Willow did a pretty good job telling a lot of that.
They did. Wonderful. Okay, so is that everything for me, Cressida?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, and I was so happy to talk to you.
Do you remember the photos from the first night you were here and it had the light in front of you and the light in front of her?
Yes.
That was signaling where the sickness is.
Oh,
or
okay.
Could be if you don't take care of it.
Oh, okay. Mine was in my leg.
Yeah, but that travels to the heart.
Yeah, that was the main one, wasn't it?
We don't, see, for me, I don't like telling you things that may or may not come true, so I don't want to frighten you, but we don't want it to be like a clot that goes to your heart.
Yeah, but you gave me information how to fix that.
Well, the strawberries, but also cut the cords between any trauma that any other person, that you took on for any other person because you loved them too much.
How can I say that? How can I do that? What can I do?
Well, you have to say it a lot. You just have to say, like,
tell me what I have to say so I can do this.
I cut the cords of all bondage and ties between me and any person from my past that I loved too much and that I took on their pain as my own pain.
Can I say that right now?
Yes, and say it often.
I cut the cord of bondage.
I cut any cords of bondage.
I cut any cords of bondage
between me and anyone in my past.
Between me and anyone in my past.
That I loved too much.
That I loved too much.
Or took on their trauma.
Okay. And just keep repeating that?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And that will start helping me heal too?
Yes, and Christy just needs to practice releasing the control for making sure that she's her identity is not her children and her husband.
Okay.
She has her own identity, and it's beautiful.
And once she steps into that, it'll flow too.
Yes, and she'll be pleasantly surprised that her children and her husband will be perfectly fine.
That's our goal.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, Cressida. Thank you so much for keeping us healthy and for giving us what we need to ascend further. And tomorrow we're just going to go with the flow, because I know you're just going to guide us all the way.
Mm-hmm. Look for a daisy.
Oh, that's so fun. We've been walking in a field of daisies.
I know. That's why we're going to send it to you as a sign.
Okay. Thank you. for both of us. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, okay, Cressida. Does Willow have anything she would like to say before we get ready to close out?
Just go have fun.
Okay. We will do that. And will that be all?
Yes.
Thank you so much for y'all providing this and keeping us safe and protecting us and giving us the signs. Well, if that's everything, I want to go ahead and close this out. Is that okay?
Yes, goodbye.
Goodbye.